Dang old dang, y'all. Before we get into today's video, we are gonna do a little bit of a 4th of July sale. We have a brand new sticker. As you can see, it's nice, red, white, and blue. It says CrazyQuady. I have only 100 of these stickers. So if you want one, you gotta get your, oh dang, there's some freedom for you. You gotta get your order in right away. Not only that, but we are gonna do a sale. Since America was birthday is 1776, we are going to do 17.76% off of every order for the next week. So from today on Thursday until next Thursday, and my wife is going to shoot me with a popper. I don't know if you guys even saw that. 17.76% off of every order, whether you get a hat, one of those brand new stickers, or you got to point it at me, not straight up in the air, or if you get one of the old stickers. And because it's America's birthday and I can't give America a present, I'm gonna give one of you guys a present. So going in one random order over the next week is this brand new Kelty Tanglewood 3 tent. This thing is nice and fancy. Don't shoot it in my eyes though. All right. I think that's a big thing. She's been trying to do that all day. So yes. Brand new CrazyQuady sticker, red, white, and blue, 17.76% off any order for the next week, Thursday to Thursday, and one random order will get this Kelty Tanglewood 3 placed inside of it. So get your orders in now. Like I said, we've only got 100 of these stickers, and when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not gonna make any more of these, but let's get into today's video. Well, good morning, y'all, and welcome back. So I'm out here in Colorado. We've got this beautiful Airbnb behind us, and we've got 3 motorcycles out here. We trailered them out because we're super hardcore bikers. But I'm out here with my, would be my great nephew, married into the fam, Daniel, and then we've got Greg, who OGs would remember him. He's got a channel called The Midwest Family. We'll leave that down below. But we are gonna get loaded up on the bikes, and we're gonna head out and get some breakfast. We got here after dark last night, but we've got 2 full days to ride, and then we'll be headed home. And I'll show you guys the cabin when we get back. But the whole bottom floor is a game room. There's like a pool table, foosball table, poker table, and stuff in there. It's pretty nice. And we're out here on a Mustang ranch, so we may see some horses. I don't know. There's supposed to be horses here, but we got to get our junk together, and we're gonna hit the road. Nothing?
I think the battery died.
You have the key?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. Alright. You're in neutral.
I think so.
Or does that air compressor thing have a jumper on it, you know?
I have no idea. I'll look on it.
Daniel's bike is dead. do you think? Good times?
Good times, good times.
So we got Daniel's bike charged. We actually went and had breakfast while that thing was charging and then hopped back on the bikes. We got it started and we took off, and we've been riding probably for like an hour-ish so far, not too terribly long. But we're up here in this gorgeous like mountain overlook, and we're kind of headed towards like south of Denver. We're gonna go check out a Harley dealership just because that's what you do. Got to get a t-shirt or whatever. Daniel wants to look for like a jacket or something out there, but I think we're gonna hop back on the bikes, get back on the road. But just wanted to stop and show you guys, it's gorgeous out here. And I did go ahead and put a sticker on this guardrail because a bunch of people have done it already. So I got to be a cool kid too. The guy on a bike. Look at all that. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stickers. But we've made it to Colorado. All right, let's get out of here.
Side.
Guess we could have parked right there. This is a huge dealership. We talked to a guy walking in and he said it's the biggest one in the state, but I'm gonna have to get myself a t-shirt. It's like an OG style of shirt. They got a couple of ones that look old, but I dig that. That's what we're getting. we've made it back to the cabin. All right, good morning, y'all. It's the next day. When we got back last night, it was getting kind of late, but figured I haven't shown you guys a tour of this place yet, so we can do that this morning. So, stepping outside, we got our bikes parked there. This is a 44-acre property. The owners of the place are down there. They've got a separate house or whatever, and they use the property to saddle train horses. So there are horses around. We've seen them moving them around, and you can buy like what they call the Mustang experience, and I don't know what that entails, but it is what it is. Daniel up there, but it's a cool spot. Like, it's a nice property, and we've got gorgeous views of the mountains in the distance. But the whole bottom floor of this place is a game room. Foosball table, poker table, pool table, dartboard. And then there's just another table that you can play like card games at. And they've got a library of like Western books and stuff like that. Before we head upstairs, I had a bit of an accident last night. Last gas stop, I set my helmet on my seat and knocked it off. And it might be hard to see here, but I scratched the hell out of my visor and I broke the mechanism over here, so I can't, if I open it, the whole visor will pop off. Super bummed about that. But Daniel at the last gas stop forgot to put his gas cap back on. So we gotta go to we're gonna head to Colorado Springs this morning to a different Harley dealership and see if we can get a gas cap. And I'm gonna see if I can find a new helmet or get a replacement visor and mechanism. I don't know, we'll see. But it's a bummer because it's scratched to hell, like right where I look through it. But anyways, walking up the steps here. You've got this nice, beautiful entryway and gorgeous old Greg over there. And you've got a nice deck out there. A view of some mountains in the distance. But this is a nice spot. Daniel's been sleeping on the pull-out couch. And we walk all back here. It's 2 bedrooms. Greg's been in here. They've got a separate bathroom. I got the king-size bed and a private bath with an old clawfoot tub. And the ceilings are cool. Like all big old timbers and whatnot. So it's a really nice place. I'll leave a link to this spot down in the description if you guys want to come check it out. But anyways, we're gonna hit the road and go get some breakfast. We've got like an hour-ish ride to get breakfast, I think. And then we're gonna head into Colorado Springs and see if we can find a gas cap and a helmet. And then we've got all day today to ride. So stay tuned, y'all. Well, we got some fat burritos. Daniel got the green chili on his. And this is kind of a wild restaurant, y'all. There's like teddy bears all over everything. It's cool though. Our waitress gave us tiny little mugs. So I'm gonna give that one to the wife. because my cup runneth over with love. But we're gonna dig into this burrito. Ron's filming himself. It's always such a great experience.
You ever go win bucks?
All the time. I do it for you guys. Give you a first bite impression. Good stuff. Well, all right, guys, don't mind my do here. So we were on this gorgeous road, and just right there, it turned into gravel, and this thing just dead ends up there and turns around, and the GPS tried to take us down a gravel road down there, which is why we kept going straight. So we've got a detour. I think we're gonna try taking the other gravel road. I guess it's only 3 miles to the highway, but it's gonna be a little sketchy. I'll turn the camera on for that one. I've been messing with the 360 cam, so I don't know how this footage is gonna look, but we're trying new and different things. These guys vote for the gravel road, so we're gonna try the gravel road. We'll just go slow. I mean, we've ridden gravel before. It's gravel to the thing. You know, me and Greg have ridden plenty of gravel. We're just not on the ideal bikes for it, if you know what I'm saying. But this river down here is gorgeous. There's people fly fishing and tubing. If I had something to dry my feet off, I'd probably get in the water, but nobody needs to see my titties. All right. I think we're gonna get set up and we're gonna get headed back out of here and see what happens. best lighting is, y'all. Or if you'll even be able to see it out there. But there's the bikes. We just got back after a full day of riding. I think we were gone for about 12 hours today. And it got late on us real quickly because we stopped for dinner, and then it ended up raining within like the last 20 minutes of us getting here, which was kind of sketchy in these curvy roads that we're on, because once it starts raining, like you guys probably know, your headlights, like you just don't see the reflections off the road as well, where everything is just super shiny. But we made it, and it got cold. None of us had the appropriate clothing, but I think we did almost 600 miles of riding. So even though we trailered out here, we put quite a few miles on, and my ass hurts. How's your butt? It hurts. All right, guys. Before we crash out, we're gonna play a game of pool. I'll let you guys see that because it's gonna be horrible. Pool table. I feel like this is a small table.
It is. Okay. It is. No, not enough.
Gotta be shitting me. Your stripes.
No. You're welcome.
Come on.
Scratch.
I'm not very good at pool, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. If I can't get this in, then I'll scratch though, probably. All right. 8-ball corner pocket. Nope.
Oh no, not enough. Please.
So close. All right.
Oh, I just recorded my face completely.
I'll leave that in there. I mean, I'm gonna try that again. Like, there's no way I'll get that in there, though. I'm not that good. Or I could try hitting it on this side and get her over there, but I don't
They're
think.
both. I think you got a better shot with the.
You do?
With the sun ticket.
There's no way I'm gonna get this. Get that in there, but.
Oh!
I'm a wiener. Well, good game.
Good game.
All right, y'all. I guess we had to use it at least once.
Leave it in gear.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, y'all, the end of it is upon us. We're getting loaded up to head home. But I figured I'd document this to see if any of us fall over. I guess I'm next.
You want me to stand behind you to push you?
Maybe.
Okay.
Greg's bike doesn't like to run right away in the morning. It is fuel injected, but I don't know. It just takes a second to adjust every morning.
Stay there. Be happy.
All right, we're gonna get his strap down.
Welcome to Nebraska.
Try not to kill us while we're driving. All right, y'all, we've made it back to Nebraska, and
In 2 miles, use the left 2 lanes to take the exit toward I-80 East.
she's yelling at me again. And we haven't lost the motorcycles, if you can see them back there. Daniel's chilling. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out here. We had a good time. Did you enjoy it?
It's good.
And how'd you think? What'd you think of the Colorado mountains? Riding around out there.
Riding it is a different experience. You don't get the change in temperature. You don't get to smell different variances like in a car. So like when you're going through the canyons and stuff, every 50 feet or whatever, there's like a smell change, there's a temperature change, and you don't get that in a car.
Yeah.
So I mean, but then in the bike, you don't get the opportunity to
Stare out the window
and like enjoy the scenery. You're gonna have to pull off somewhere and try not to kill yourself on the steep drops because there's nowhere to really pull over without a big drop.
In half a mile, use the left two lanes to take the exit toward I-80 East.
Yeah, there was a lot of places we should have stopped yesterday that I wish we would have stopped at and taken pictures and stuff. Like I didn't barely take any pictures this whole trip, but the sights that we saw were amazing. We did Boulder Canyon yesterday, and I didn't have the dang camera on
use the left two lanes to take the
during
exit
any
toward
of that.
I-80 East.
And I really wish I would have filmed that, but it is what it is. What do you think, Daniel?
Continue on I-80
What about what?
East for 50
Think about what?
How'd you enjoy the ride?
It was good.
Yeah.
My ass is sore. But I'm good.
That's one of the things is, this is the first time I've trailered a motorcycle anywhere to ride like this. Like I've trailered a bike home or whatever, but
There's a lane closure ahead.
just yelling at me. I've never trailered a motorcycle anywhere to ride. You either?
No.
So this was a different experience, but I ain't mad about it, man. I used to talk crap about people trailering to Sturgis, but to be able to trailer out there, be comfortable, and then just blast for a couple of days, you know, like I said, we put almost 600 miles on in 2 days riding around. Like we were out there getting it, and then we get to come home on a comfortable drive, and we're my father-in-law's Platinum F-150, so I currently have the massaging seats going, rubbing my butt and my back, and it's feeling great. It's got heated and cool seats. Like riding home today would have been horrible if we were on the bikes after yesterday, but it is what it is. I'm not saying that we're never going to go on another ride like that, but I ain't mad about trailer and doing it all. It's been nice.
It's been real nice. Yeah. I did the Sturgis one about 10 years ago, and that was brutal because you get there and then you don't even want to ride.
Yeah.
Your butt hurts so bad. And then 7 days later, you got to make the trek back. So there is definitely something to trailering.
Yeah, maybe we aren't that hardcore anymore, but it is what it is.
We don't have the full bagger setup.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Air ride and all that too. So.
And
Or
we've done
cruise.
some bike trips like that, just not quite as far. Oh, homeboy's brodos are broke down. Anyways.
Cruise and air ride would definitely help.
Yeah, and bigger bags and all that kind of stuff. But, all right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out here, guys. If you thought it was cool, definitely give it a thumbs up. I'll leave Greg's channel link down in the description. Head over to CrazyQuady.com, check out your merch and the new sticker that's available. And as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit. Say bye, Daniel.
Bye.